You guys know bats, whenever they need to smell the sound of the air, they do that. It's very interesting. Anyway, there's, interesting stories. Very, very interesting story. But before we get into that, pulls. I got Feixiao, but then lost the 75-25 for her weapon, which I don't... Has anyone lost on the weapon banner in this game more than I have? I've lost like half the time I've pulled on it, which is nuts when you keep in mind you have a 75% chance of getting the weapon, but... I don't know, money, huh? Anyway, the final act, or is this the final act? I have no idea what's happening next patch. If this, little Cienzo interim arc comes to a close, and honestly, I thought it was pretty enjoyable, even if it suffered from, the usual things a lot of miHoYo written stories suffer from, which is the divergent plot line is typically a lot more interesting than the main ones. Which, I mean, that's subjective. I shouldn't say that. My biggest issue is, look, I get in a gacha story, the story is crafted differently, even awkwardly at times. You can't have relationships. That's like one of the cardinal sins. You can't have relationships because of the fucking niggas who act as if they were born in the Chernobyl zone. They got the 9 eyes that way, 8 eyes that way. That was supposed to be me. Yeah, I get it. We got to appease those bastards. You can't have death for the same reason, because whenever a character dies in the story, then the mains will like, why are you so attached to pixels, nigga? Look, all that, it's whatever. You can craft a perfectly fine story without either or, but it's when we start to falsely lean into these forbidden plot devices and constantly claw it back, it starts to get a little irritating. How many times, folks, has a character died and then all of a sudden, they're not dead anymore, as if they were Jesus of Nazareth? And I wouldn't be saying this if the worst case of this didn't just happen with Yaocho. By every account of things, for those that don't get it, Yaocho drank tumble dust. It's why he was so calm during his captivity, and ultimately, it's what poisoned Hoolay. The problem is, tumble dust, by Yaocho's own admission of things, is very deadly. Just one drop is all that's used for surgery, to numb the body and make the patient go painless. Yaocho drank an entire bottle of this stuff, which apparently slows metabolism and thins the blood, causing a loss of senses. Now, these aren't fatal on their own, but dog, is Yaocho immune? The only side effect he had from drinking this deadly poison was being calm and relaxed. The entire story, nigga, that's pop, bro! I mean, I guess in the end he lost his sense of sight because that's just one of the side effects of tumble dust, but bro, it was a battle to get there! Did he take a different kind of medicine in the beginning and just, consume the tumble dust right before? So what was the medicine named earlier? And you know what the worst part is? The only reason Yaocho gave any information to Hoolay about Feixiao was because Hoolay cut him so badly, the pain pierced the bone, he could barely stand. But tumble dust is for surgery, but this is the one thing it's supposed to be good at! Oh, man. Get this shit off me, bro. The whole pre-game ritual for the Borison was to kill the prey and drink the blood. You forgot the kill part! In other news, I thought Yanqing had a cool scenes. Anyway, we should probably start with it. The story starts with some NPCs. Huh, nice change of pace. I guess these impatient bastards here are complaining because the festival hasn't started. They're being watched over by Yanqing, who himself is being watched over by the Trailblazer. Yanqing tells us he's stepping down as ringmaster for the Luofu because little man's gotta eat a big wolf. It's then revealed these two are being watched over by Feixiao. I mean, dude, is this a 90s psychological thriller? What is it? Feixiao demands the boy eats before they hunt Hoolay. Back at the seat of divine foresight, Huayan sees it fit to ask Yunli what she thinks should be done in the wake of this catastrophe, to which the fucking 12-year-old proposes martial law and a cancellation of the war dance. Huayan says not only is the war dance not being cancelled, but March will be its new ringmaster. Over at the shackling prison, the dynamic trio of Jingyun, Lingsha, and Dan Heng check out the prison to uncover clues regarding the mastermind of this little operation. Lingsha deduces that because the Borison are taking medicinal pills to change their shape, someone on board the Luofu is helping the Borison. And god, honestly, the Luofu might just need a hard reset at this point. Bro, the whole place is chalked, man. We come across another corpse, and due to the brutality, presume this is the work of our old boy Hoolay. Jingyun busts out into a song and dance about how powerful Hoolay is, and how we are all lucky Jingliu took him down. Lingsha then asks why Hoolay was kept alive instead of thrown into a star, and then letting her deep-seated grudges bubble to the surface, makes a sly comment about Jingyun exiling she and her former master off the luocha, to which he takes like a champ. Later on, Jingyun clues us in on why Hoolay was never killed by being cast into a star, and it's because the Feixians didn't want it. To them, Hoolay was the boogeyman, responsible for all manner of atrocities against their people. So, in keeping in touch with their Borisin side, they didn't wish death for him. They wanted something far worse, eternal torment. We then come across the Borisin mech belonging to the IPC and learn the Intelligentsia Guild has been experimenting on Borisin like lab rats due to their healing properties, and Jingyun uses the mech to showcase why Hoolay was kept on the luocha and not the home of most Feixians, the Yaoqing. You see, because the Feixians and Borisin share a common ancestor, and some Feixians even share blood with the Borisin, some of these Feixians suffer from something called moon rage, which is said to be a fit of uncontrollable rage. The Borisin think moon rage is great. They love this stuff, while the Feixians see it as a curse. The Feixians, wishing to be rid of this curse, were likely to experiment and research on Hoolay, once again keeping in touch with their Borisin side. But the Marshal wasn't willing to run the risk, given the road to hell is paved with good intentions, as we all saw with old Don Feng. So, in killing two birds with one stone, keeping Hoolay away from the prying Feixians on the Yaoqing and reminding the luocha of their past transgressions, the Marshal decided to imprison Hoolay on the luocha. Lingsha then takes another shot at Jingyun, asking point blank why her and her master were kicked from these lands for trying to oust the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, and Jingyun clues Lingsha in on a plotline that goes absolutely nowhere. Lingsha's master performed healing arts on Dan Heng after his rebirth that allowed him to regain the memories of his past life, which in hindsight is kind of hilarious if you go back and watch all the scenes of Dan Heng returning to the luocha for the first time. He's just sitting there like, who are you? Just like faking not remembering anyone, while Jingyun knew. He knew damn well he remembered everything. She apparently did this for the betterment of the Videotra, because, you know, she's noble, I guess. The Six Charioteers were all just, they're all just, like, major factions, the Cloud Knights, the Skyfaring, the Divination Commission. They were all greatly displeased with Lingsha's master, no doubt, so in order to save her, Jingyun exiled her. We come across another corpse and are reminded that Mwotsa reported some attackers were invisible, and Dan Heng points out they used Cloud Him, a Videoteran art, to mask their presence. Lingsha also surmises a high-ranking Videoteran is the traitor, but which one and why? Why betray the alliance for Hoolay? Dan Heng says the Videoteras have been straight ass since he left, so they've been fiending for glory. Lingsha says more evidence needs to be gathered, so she will meet with a preceptor later. We then switch shots to Yao Cho, who's speaking with his captors about food or some shit. They're talking about how to get a fussy kid to eat their greens, to which Mok Tok provides invaluable insights.
Stuff the kid's mouth with the green peppers and cook him alive in a pot.
Yao Cho says wrong, and the real answer is to mix the greens with meat and make meatballs. Hey, he not wrong, bro. Let me some meatballs, man. Hoolay shows up and just sort of says, man, why don't we own you Feixians anymore, nigga? Yao Cho mentions in passing the Merlin's Claw is a Feixian, which piques Hoolay's interest, and Mok Tok tells us she was a war slave who ran away and then, you know, just sort of bitches about the unfairness of the tactics she used to win or some shit, to which Hoolay says, no, Mok Tok, you lost like a little bitch. However, Hoolay proposes one question. Given the pack is lost, and it's been 700 years, how did Mok Tok come to learn of Hoolay's whereabouts? Mok Tok says they came at the whims of a prophet of immortality named Mangas, which, I mean, it's just Fantilia, right? Who allegedly wants to help the Borisin out of the kindness of her heart. Hoolay immediately smells through the bullshit and says he has no interest in returning to a dead, shattered wolf pack nor following a false prophet, so now he's big woo. Hoolay tells Yao Cho to go see if the ports are closed and says he knows Yao Cho will be back because Feixians like him always return to their masters. Me wishing for death snitched to everyone I could find, and though my wish was granted, the granted death was not mine own, because this nigga kills everyone you snitched to! Wow, if only you'd keep that compunction for killing all throughout, but Anyway, they have not closed the ports, which signifies to Hoolay the Luofu does not want to announce that Hoolay has broken free. Hoolay then asks for more information on Feixiao, given she will be the one hunting him, and if you refuse, he bitches you, and through all the tumbled dust he's consumed, he feels the pain. Yao Cho then says he'll give them the information he wants, but only if Hoolay spills why he's nigh immortal, to which Hoolay agrees for some fucking reason. According to Borisin legend, the first warhead Ruan was said to have wished for a long life to rule all the stars. Lofty goals there, my friend. To achieve this wish, he killed a bunch of Foxians and Borisin and poured them into a spring blessed by Yao Shi. Some voodoo later, a lunar embryo was born, which Duran used as a replacement for his real heart. Whenever a new warhead is picked, they cut the embryo out of the heart from the old warhead and consume it to make it their own. The embryo also has the added bonus of consuming the life essence of all the warhead kills, making it stronger and stronger. Hoolay then asks for that information on Feixiao, and we see Mwatsa found Yao Cho. We go back in time a bit to Feixiao and friends, and she once again emphasizes numbers means nothing when fighting Hoolay. He is the beast of beasts. We're in Stargazer Navalia to see if Hoolay is looking to hitch a ride out of town when we spot some undercover Boris, and we let one escape so we can track it down later. Feixiao tells us a bit about her past. She was once a war slave born in the Fallen Territories, meaning she's Borisin blood flowing through her veins. But that's enough about her past for now. Mwatsa calls us to let Feixiao know he's found both Yao Cho and Hoolay, and Feixiao says, "We are coming." We get some Yao Cho backstory back when he was still a healer. Although it was in much more dire straits, as the Borisins and Foxians are at war. We learn he was the healer for another general before Feixiao's time, General Yu. We also learn that the general is making a final stand at some telescope and won't be returning, but gave Yao Cho one final order, and that was to save some little girl with an especially brutal fighting pattern who fought like hell to save a bunch of people, and the fighting was so bad, it left her body in shambles, almost as if her fighting style destroyed her moon rage. Back in the present, Hoolay recaps that despite Yao Cho saving the girl's life, it must have been quite the shock to discover her Borisin blood. The girl hailed from the Eclipse tribe, which funnily enough is the same tribe as Hoolay. Moktok then realizes why the girl... it's Feixiao, right? I can stop with the girl. The reason Feixiao sent the Borisin right to hell all those years ago was because of moon rage. It nearly killed her till Yao Cho saved her. Moktok is disgusted, while Hoolay is impressed to the point he laughs.
And she used the gift of her bloodline to destroy the Borisin.
The reason moon rage is so deadly to Foxians like Feixiao is because they don't have the super healing the Borisin have. So the only end Hoolay foresees for Feixiao is her succumbing to moon rage and killing everything in sight before being destroyed by the power she can't control. Because little Feixiao saved everyone that day, Yao Cho made it his life's mission to cure her of moon rage. Yao Cho talks about the mental side of being a healer, bringing someone back from the brink of death only to watch said person run back into war. Really takes a mental toll on you. Suddenly, a loud booming is heard, and Moktok reveals it's the Sky Splitter about to take off for the war dance. The problem for them is, when it does take off, no other aircrafts are allowed to be in the air, so the Borisin are stuck here or risk being shot down should they try. Moktok is in shambles. All the while, Hoolay does not give a flying fuck and shows us why he's the warhead.
Calm down, Moktok. Look at you now, hiding and fearful. Where is your Borisin dignity?
As I said, I'd sacrifice my dignity for your return. As long as you can come back to the Borisin packs, there's still hope.
Hope? The Borisin have forgotten the wolf's creed. Weak creatures put their hope in the strong, but the strong fight their way out. Bringing me back instead of choosing a new master only proves the decline of our pack. And as for the prophet who manipulated you into saving me, she's just a liar trying to use Duran's offspring. Moktok, Let me tell you how the Borisin will rise to power. We won't hide like rats in the streets of the Xiangzhou. We will be ravenous wolves, walking amongst a herd of lambs with our fangs bared.
But, Great Warhead, our packs are not here! We can't go to war like this!
Our packs are not here. Wherever I go, everyone is the pack.
Stay away. Just don't come any closer. No!
Hoolay even managed to get a scent of the Ezio cosplayer and tells them to deliver a message to their general. Hoolay is going nowhere. No, instead, Hoolay is going to kill everything in the Luofu and drown the streets in the blood of the people. On the Sky Splitter with March and Yun. Over to Feixiao and friends, we find Watts, who is being used as bait for a Borisin attack that goes absolutely nowhere. Watts reveals to Feixiao Hoolay can turn Fuxians into Borisin. Feixiao reasons Hoolay will go after the Sky Splitter, but to ensure he does, she will go to the only place he could go that isn't the Sky Splitter, Starskiff Haven. The Trailblazer and Watts will go search for Yao Cho, and Yanqing will go to the Sky Splitter. Everyone know their roles? Alrighty.
Madam Yukong, lend me your bow!
What's that? Everyone, out of the way!
Mose laments the fact that Feixiao killed them all, but to his seeming benefits, Moktok survived. Moktok, realizing he's been living like a rat and not like a wolf, demands a fight, and Mose says sure, but we on the Xianzhou do not believe in running the one, so we jump the nigga Moktok till he dies. Hoolay shows up via voodoo, and at the same time Feixiao also shows up. Hoolay says he's posted up right here on the Sky Splitter, and before he leaves, he's finna kill everyone on that bitch. And then he's finna kill Feixiao, and then that's when he's gonna leave. On the Sky Splitter itself, Yanqing arrives, and he and Yunli realize Hoolay is already on the Sky Splitter. As the war dance commences, Hoolay spawns in from out of fucking nowhere. I mean, honest to God, how did he get up here? Bro, you could just... Bro, did you jump? But then how did the other Borisin get here? Were they just, like, riding on your back like cubs? Oh, that's adorable, man. The commentator reveals they were waiting for Hoolay, and the Cloud Knights begin to spawn in by the dozen. A flashback between Huaiyan and Jingliu reveals this is not actually the war dance, just a mock one with no real spectators in attendance. All these spectators are Cloud Knights in disguise, and they will use the Sky Splitter to stop Hoolay once and for all. March 7th eventually catches up with Yunli and Yanqing, and although they don't know it yet, they have just formed the most powerful team in the universe.
So feeble. Such weakness is truly pathetic. I've had enough. Time to finish this little game. What's happening?
And then, in what is perhaps the most baffling scene in the entire game thus far, it's revealed before Hoolay showed up to the Sky Splitter, he engaged in a pre-game ritual. You see, before battle, the Borisin do something called drinking blood wine, and what it is the Borisin kill. They kill the prisoner, and then drink their blood to get them hyped up. We got another scene with little Feixiao and Yaoqiu. She asks if Yaoqiu can cure her moon rage, and he says even if he could, what would be the point, because she'd just run back to the battlefield. She then asks if he can cure war, and he says he can't. So then she tells the nigga to shut the fuck up and just cure her so she can go cure war. Anyway, it's revealed Yaoqiu drank tumbled dust, which is poison, so that when Hoolay drank it, his blood, he'd also be... well, I already did this, man.
So, you want to play dirty? Here, it's colder.
My sword is even colder!
Possible! How could a mere whelp defeat me?
Hoolay defeated? Maybe.
You've doomed yourselves. As I meet my demise, so shall the entire Xianzhou Longbow. The crimson wound in my chest will make this place shine with blood. I will drive all Foxians to madness in their fear, craving slaughter without end. What now? Feixiao.
This is the heart of the Borisin warhead, a product of the plague mark. I'll leave the next part to you. I don't understand. We cannot allow this thing to spread. I will do all within my power to consume this crimson moon. Once the situation changes, Lieutenant Yanqing, you are to enforce the Cloud9's military rules. Understood. General!
We can't let her get away! But do we stand any chance at all?
She said, I'll leave the next part to you. She put her faith in us!
We are then transported to Feixiao's mind or some shit, I don't know. Imaginary Hoolay is here with us and reveals he wanted to die and everything is going according to his plan perfectly. We learn Feixiao is a person with human emotions, doubts, fear, all these feelings lingering in her subconsciousness. The doubts regarding her role in the Xianzhou, the fear she may one day lose control. Hoolay reveals the future of the Borisins is up to her, given she now has the lunar embryo and is fit to become the new warhead. If she accepts, she will awaken no longer trapped by moon rage. We got a flashback to Feixiao as a kid back when she went by Ruan. She's running away with someone named Neargol when by chance they happen to spot what they believe is a shooting star. Oh, that bitch is shooting eye. Feixiao reveals she and Neargol lost one another when escaping, and when Feixiao ran into a Cloud Knight and brought the Cloud Knight back to her camp, there was nothing there but a pit, because Lana of the Hunt does not give a flying fuck. Feixiao and Hoolay then reveal their motives for fighting. Hoolay fights so he can conquer the forest of the skies, and Feixiao so she will never have to see that damn arrow again. Hoolay then kind of just says he will become the new Feixiao, and Feixiao responds by stating she wishes for the arrows of the hunts to pierce every monster, before suddenly seeing a shooting star herself.
Do you see me, shooting star? The knights are sworn to protect the Xianzhou. I will uphold this vow until my very last day. My only enemy has always been myself. General! General, you're awake.
We then switch shots to Ling Shut and Dan Heng meeting with a preceptor who immediately snitches on himself and just says he did it because, you know, the videotaras fucking suck dick now that Imbiber de Lune left. Ling Shut gets bored of hearing it and orders him to be arrested, but old feller not so fast busts out hostage Bailu, and I mean, we all know when it comes to Bailu, all bets are off for Dan Heng. Back to Trailblazer and friends, we mourn March 7th, who sadly died in the bathroom off-screen. Yun Li and Yun Qing are doing fine, and so are the Yao Qing trio for the most part, except Yao Cho. He's now blind thanks to the poison. As a result, Feixiao swears to take down a Lord Ravager, but given she got stopped by 2 kids in a March 7th, hey, good luck with that, bitch. At the seat of Divine Foresight, we hear Yao Gong's voice for the first time. She sounds a lot like Silverwolf. She reveals she's been listening in on everything that's been going on, because, I mean, why not, I guess. Yao Gong then reveals that Jingliu and Luocha's interrogation has ended. They didn't bring the Stellaron onto the Luofu. The only reason they're here truly is to kill the Abundance. How? You might wonder. It's not really known, but inside Luocha's coffin are some of the remains of the Eon of the Propagation Tazizirent, and it's way cooler because it's like a final nail for his coffin or remains or something, I don't know, some shit like that. However, because fighting the gods is such a big undertaking, those two sought someone else's help. Ruan Mei, who, as the generals speak, has just arrived on the Luofu. We are then left with audio revealing Ruan Mei may not have arrived alone.
Do you remember your name? My name is Tingyun. I serve as an ambassador of the Whistling Flames Merchant Guild on the Xianzhou Luofu.